Well, hello and welcome back. My name is Kieron Seamons. This is my inky world, where we get on with some inky drawings and have a chat about the arty world and arty feelings and whatever else. But today, on my walk with Mr. Miro, we came across this robin sitting there. And this robin was so big it looked like this. He had eaten 3 robins while he was sitting there. He looked so big, so tough. And it just kind of changed the whole image of what a gentle little robin was. So today I'm going to draw the devilish robin. If that sounds like good fun for you, get your pens, get your paper, and let's start. Right, so let's get into today's devilish robin. I love the way when you're walking and you see something and it just inspires your mood and your mind starts going crazy. So let's get into it. Let's get drawing. Let's get some of the ink go wild today. And we're going to start off with, it's actually a good theme because it's quite a simple character in a way. And in a way, I like the idea that we can start off the year with a couple of simple characters. And I'm going to start off, I got some leftover charcoal here, and it's given me this idea of kind of giving him some kind of devilish rings around his eyes. Just to start off in a different way. You know, I like to start the day with something different. And that gives me a nice kind of beginning pose. A beginning feeling, you know. And we need some red because of his red breast. But maybe we'll get into that in a little while. So, are the cameras working? They are indeed. We're all in motion. So how are you all doing today? How are you all feeling in this new year? I hope you're feeling amazing, and I hope you're feeling funky and excited with all these great adventures we are going to have in this new year. I feel fabulous. I don't quite know where all this adrenaline and power and excitement has come from, but I'll take it. I feel great. I feel absolutely fantastic. I really do. I feel fabulous in this new year. I almost kind of feel like all the horror, all the yuck have been in the year before, and we are done with it. And we're going to start this year with a beautiful robin. A beautiful, simple character to get us going. And I hope you've got your pens and your papers and your inks and your paints and your paintbrushes and your whatever you're in the mood to do today. I even start off with a bit of charcoal there just to kind of get a new feeling, a fresh start. Now this robin that I saw, it looked like it had been to the gym for the last 6 months or something, you know. It didn't really look like your regular little robin. It looked like something that even the crows would hide from, you know. And it had this very, very wide, very butch, very large chested feeling to him. And I loved that. I loved the fact that it was like, are you a robin or some other bird in disguise, you know? And then I would imagine that probably some of the other birds would kind of be in fear of him. You know, the way that he kind of, his presence was just there. It was kind of like, I'm here. So I wanted to kind of have a way of kind of capturing that mood. And I love that charcoal is done there. I had some left over from a sketch earlier, and I'm gonna just kind of, I'm gonna add a little bit more to kind of give him that big-headed feeling that I kind of got from him, which I thought was rather remarkable for such a tiny bird to have such dominance in the park. You know, I kind of feel like even Mr. Miro was kind of looking at him like, whoa, I'm not going anywhere near you, man. Let's give a little bit more under. It's just... And of course my sketches have no plan. They have no beginning drawing. There is no pre-sketch, pre-thoughts. It's just, I start the camera and then I start to talk, and then I start talking about, today I saw a robin, and I thought, well, why not? Let's just go with it. Okay, where did that red come from? And that's the way I like it. I like to start a morning, a feeling with the natural flow of your pen. I love that. I love it so much. You know, I love it so much. I love the way that we just kind of find our way. We let the pen take control. And we try not to listen to our first brain so much. Our first brain is so controlling, and you got to let your second brain just kind of do it at once sometimes. Sometimes, all the time. Sometimes it might get you in trouble. As it has done in so many drawings, it's got me in trouble. Now I'm going to give him a couple of teeth. I don't know why I like to add teeth to birds, but if there was going to be a bird with teeth, it would have been that robin today. He was something special. He was indeed something special. And I'm just trying to add a little bit more. Now that I've added the ink, I can't really add much more of the charcoal on top of the ink, which is always one of the very few negatives about using the Indian ink. But as I said, one of the very few negatives. Because in my mind, Indian ink rules the world. This jar, this old jam jar of liquid, rules the world. In fact, it was a cherry jam, I believe. I can't remember quite the story, but I do believe somebody had bought me a gift. Some relative had bought me a gift on one of their walks, one of their adventures into a little small town of some sort, and they had seen this homemade jam. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, so excited to have some cherry jam. And once I'd opened it, it was. And I don't say that too often, but it was horrendous. It was kind of like styrofoam with a purple color to it, and like I said, it was one of the very, very, very few jams that would kind of went in the bin. And I love jams, especially homemade jams. They used to do it in my old town of Ringmer in Lewis, where I used to live, down in the south of England. They used to have this regular kind of like farmer's market type of thing, where you could go along and you could pick up homemade jams and homemade cheeses and butters and what such. And and homemade cakes, homemade pies. Nothing better than a homemade pie, says I. I do love a homemade cake, a homemade pie. And I remember the beautiful days when my daughter who first started getting into cake making. And she would say, "Dad, can I make a blueberry sponge?" "Oh, yes, please." The kitchen is yours. And I loved it. I absolutely loved that whole, that homemade feel for lots of stuff. I am a big fan of homemade cakes and pies, and now a lot of pies, they come and in some kind of form of like a soup with a lid, which I don't like. I like that gunky bit of pastry at the bottom of the. Right, so back to my robin. Sorry, I got distracted there with pies and cakes. Easily done. So this robin. And I'm going to get some reds. What kind of reds have we? What's that red? What's that? In a lovely jar. Look at that. I think it's called a candy red. Ooh. We can do some of that. We shall get ourselves a brush. A nice, large, soft brush, if I can find one. There we are. Beautiful. Perfect. Right, and I'm just going to, before I dive into my red for his chest, which is going to be this muscular beast, I'm really enjoying that charcoal. And I'm going to work it up. As you can see, I work up my charcoal. I don't like to put the charcoal directly on. I feel if I do, you'll see the difference. You'll feel like it's quite hard, and it has a different feeling. If I do that and then I start to bring it in, you will see how dark it gets and how very difficult to control it. As with here, I feel there's a softness to it, and I can control it much, much, much better. And that's again a technique that is purely mine. If you're a charcoal lover, please do it your way. But I like to have the control in my drawing. I like to have the control that if I want a soft feeling, for example, I want to be able to control that soft feeling. If I have a hard feeling, then I want to know how I will get that hard feeling. Will I put my charcoal down? Will I use the inks? Or what is the feeling and the idea with it? And that is something that I love. I love to dominate my drawing. Although it might seem splishy splashy to some. And I've seen recent drawing of someone doing a version of my style of drawing that is nothing to do with my style. My style is not splash, splash, splash. Mine is controlled. Mine is passion. Mine is feeling. Mine is not splishy, splashy. So, yes, I do like to control my drawings. And I do feel my drawings are passionate and filled with love. Look at that. Isn't that a finger of love? Look at it. So, you might see the other video of someone doing some kind of splishy, splashy red ink and going splash, 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 like almost they're stabbing it. They've got their brush and they're going blah, 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 and then blowing it and blowing it and blowing it. That is not my style. It's nothing near my style. My style, although it might look angry and messy, it is filled with beauty. It is filled with passion. It is filled with love. that is the difference between some kind of splishy splashy drawing, which is a different category completely. So let's not get too far into that. But my character is in my mind, and my pen will find it. My pen is almost like telepathy, reading my mind. It's finding exactly what my mind wants, and that is such a beautiful thing, that your pen and your second brain are working together. They're working together in some beautiful form to capture this character, this creature, this beast. Can I call a robin a beast? I'm not sure I can. But he was some form of a beast. And I think I've done a line there, and I'm not quite sure why. You see, this is what's beautiful about having a second brain, that telling you, go that way, go that way, go that way. And you stop listening to all your practical stuff. This line here is suggesting that that is his tail. That maybe he's jumping, or he's flying, or he's jumping off his branch. His branch is down here somewhere, or something like that. And that's what gets so exciting about it. So I'm going to listen to that brain, and I'm going to add some more. And by listening to yourself, listening to your inner voice, will help you greatly in your artwork. You know, don't get too practical. Don't get too sucked in with these drawing tutorials that are saying, well, you must do this, and you can never do this, and you can never do that. Rubbish. Rubbish, 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 rubbish. Explore your mind, explore your heart, explore anything that you want to explore, whatever you feel. If you feel that you want to draw purple things, draw purple things. If you want to draw charcoal, you want to draw with your fingers, draw with your fingers. Whatever you feel, it's the magic that makes your drawing. It's what makes your drawing special. It's what makes your drawing stand out. And that's why my drawing is not a splishy splashy drawing. Like my friend has tried to do. My artwork is passionate and filled with love, filled with adventure. And that is why when you're drawing, you must listen to that inner voice. Even if it's saying do some squiggly lines across your feathers to give it some texture. Do it. Do it, because you will always feel great about such voices, such inner support from that inner voice will tell you what is beautiful and where to go. And much more than any of the practical side of things. And I do feel so, if you want to learn about my style, if you want to learn about the way that I draw, come and watch the videos. I hide nothing. As you can see, I explain everything. I tell you everything. You don't need some half-assed person explaining my style, splashing paint and throwing things around. You need to listen. Come and watch the videos. I will tell you everything. I'm not shy about telling you every single thing about everything. Because I have nothing to hide. I have only passion to share, love to share. That's all I have. I don't have secrets. I don't have hidden tricks. If you write and ask me, hey, what nib are you using? I'll say that one. I think it's an old Geo Hughes fine liner. So there you go. But as you can see that, you know, if I pick up my next pen, it'll be a completely different nib. There you go, completely different nib. So the nibs and the pens and the what such don't really dictate too much. They only are a tool for your brain to use. And I'm going to give him some real long bird-like toes. Do birds have 3 toes or 4 toes? Well, my robin has 4 toes. So if you look it up in the whatever Wikipedia, and they say a robin has 3 toes, well, it wasn't my robin. It was a different robin. Okay, mine was an Irish robin, and they definitely have 4 toes. As you can see, my big Celtic flag I have put over because when I watch some of my videos back, there's the white door, and I hate seeing the white door in my videos, so I had to cover it with something so that it's not a symbol of being a rebel or anything. It is basically that I hated to see my white door staring at me in my videos. Okay. And we haven't got to the best bit yet, the red chest part yet, which is going to be fantastic. I already can feel that it's going to be fantastic. I already feel the excitement building up in me. And this is the Devilish robin. And it exists because I have seen him. I have witnessed the beast. I have seen him with my own eyes. In fact, the funny thing was that I went to take a photo of him. And when I took the picture, he wasn't in my picture. It was just lots of bushes and twigs and whatever. Rather irritating that I'm such a terrible photographer. But nonetheless, we don't need a photo because we have this beautiful illustration that is explaining exactly who that robin was and exactly how that robin felt. Now I need to get a little bit of softness in there. I feel be careful with my inks because last time I spilled them everywhere. It was dreadful, and I had black fingers for days. Right, so I need a red. I need a nice. Right, I'm going to be using very technical tools here. It is called a ink in a little bottle and my hand. Okay, no masking tapes, no nothing, whatever. I'm just trying to guide. Guide it and keep it away from. Lovely. Exactly what I wanted. And you might end up with a red hand. You might. This is the red hand gang. Don't worry, it wipes off. And the people in the park might think you have murdered somebody, but doesn't matter. They'll probably go, oh, there comes that weird artist again with a green hand or a red hand or whatever coloured inks you are using on that day. And it's quite a common occurrence now in the park that people kind of see me and now, as you can see, this is a different red. Much stronger, much more vibrant, and that is to kind of give the softness of it bleeding into the chest. And then I'm going to catch a couple of those because I don't want them to control the drawing. As always, we need to control the drawing, and we need to soften those elements in. Beautiful. Absolutely fabulous. I am extremely happy with that. Wonderful. Now I might even just bring that up a little bit more. But that is beautiful. That is beautiful. That's captured his vibrant colours, and it's bleeding into his body, and the greyness on his back is also beautiful. So that worked really nice. I'm gonna rinse out that brush because it's nice to have a wide brush that is clean. One of the words I'm trying to use this year is keeping my tools clean. So there we have our fantastic Robin. And he is really got that vibrancy there. And I'm tempted to bring in another wing. Almost like he's kind of like pointing at something, or he's reacting to something. And I feel like the charcoals and the inks have worked beautifully in today's drawings. I feel they've worked so beautifully. I'm very happy with that. The Devilish Robin is today's drawing. And I'm going to sign it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. It is so important. You can just click that button and we can get the numbers up this year, because this year is going to be a fantastic year, and it's going to be an incredible, passionate year for all of us. And if you would like to support my channel in any way, there is a tip jar at the top of my YouTube channel where you can go and you can drop in a small donation to the channel to keep the madness alive, to keep us ticking through this year, to make 2025 an impressive year. And if you want to help support, I have a shop also that if you want to go and buy prints of any of this work. So donate, give me some kind of tip for my delightful drawings, or go and buy something remarkable in the shop. So we are going to finish off this remarkable drawing with a... oh, that looks good. That looks good. By framing it up. One of the lovely, delightful parts of my drawings is I do love to kind of frame them up and make them feel like they are some kind of gallery piece, which they should be, you know. And there we have the fantastic, the beautiful Devilish Robin. What do you think? I hope you enjoyed today's drawing. I am hoping that you felt the passion and the love that I put into my drawing. And I am hoping that you will come back again and watch some more. In my lovely inky world. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being there. And I will see you again very, very, very soon. Bye-bye.